take a
You're
look
welcome.
at this. Mainstream media spent zero time covering that bombshell report on the Biden family members. Hugo Gordon is the editor-in-chief at the Washington Examiner, and he joins me now. Hugo, here's my position, if I may. The media is again interfering in the election. What do you say to that?
I think there's culpable incuriosity on the part of the media. We all know, and this has been going on for a very long time, that the great majority of the news media side with Democrats. And the report that you were just giving about the 51 intelligence officers downplaying and indeed trashing the Hunter Biden laptop story deliberately to help the Biden administration was played up by the media, and the media used that to ignore that legitimate story. The news media are on the side of the Democrats, and they will distort things. So they are uninterested largely in the hearings that have revealed a network of Biden family recipients of money which was flowing from Romania and China, and in the case of China was coming from a front company for the People's Liberation Army. So the idea that this is completely uninteresting and not worth reporting on or covering is an extraordinary one. Whether this is in the long term, sure, the media want to help the Democrats win elections. So you could say it's election interference. I think I would put it somewhat lower than that. Just say it's part of the constant undertow of bias in most of the media.
I think you're right on that one. Next case, the White House is changing the rules for journalists. I think this is related to the New York Post reporter being kept out of the White House press room because he always asked questions about Hunter. They're going to, in future, they're going to expel reporters if they don't act, quote, in a professional manner. That seems to me to be a First Amendment issue, Hugo.
Well, it is a First Amendment issue. You'll probably remember that this matter was adjudicated in the last administration. Now, I had some sympathy for the White House when Jim Acosta was doing his cheap theatricals in the briefing room. And, you know, there is always the danger that reporters will sort of act up and not be professional. But there's an equal danger, at least, that the administration will decide that reporters who are asking awkward questions are somehow not acting professionally. But when the matter went to the courts in the last administration, the court sided with the journalists, and journalists were allowed to stay in the briefing room. It's a constant. There's a constant tension between the two, but the Constitution sides with free speech.
Hugo, I get the impression that some of these big issues, like the border, Title 42, like Hunter Biden, they're so big, they're so chaotic, they're so important that they're beginning to make an impression on voters at large. Not just the cognoscenti, the people like us who follow politics minutely, no, but a broader population. And I think it's a negative for the administration. What say you?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I would actually say that there has been a widespread public concern about some of these issues. Obviously, inflation in the economy on the one hand, clearly the border as well on another for some time. And these have been obscured and deliberately played down by many in the media, particularly the border. But you know, they have become so big, particularly now with the ending of Title 42 at the border and the loss of that extra means of excluding illegal immigrants. I think that there is considerable public concern, and the polls reflect that. And that's perhaps why, you know, Joe Biden is at his lowest level of his presidency in public approval. And I think it's something like 2/3 of the public don't think that he's fit to run for a second term.
Yeah, that's a pretty damning 2/3, if you ask me. Hugo, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you.
Come back soon. We'll see you again.